Hey, I want to share a story with you about something that I witnessed on a track. And the interesting thing about this story is not only did it take place on a track, but if you listen, it'll keep you on track. Walk with me. And listen, who am I? I'm Billy Miller, the motivational minister, and they call me the motivational minister because I help people to improve their lives by teaching them life skills from the Bible. Listen, it's not going to take me that long to tell you this story either. So me and my daughter one day was exercising. We was walking on this track, right? And as we were walking, I was approaching this man who was on the side of the track in the grass, and he was standing beside this thing that looked like an oversized hurdle. And he was standing beside the hurdle, and he was jumping, leaping on to the other side of the hurdle and leaping back, leaping on the other side of the hurdle and then leaping back. And as I got closer and approaching him, one of these particular times that he jumped over, his foot clipped the hurdle, and he fell in the grass. And when he fell in the grass, he stood up, he dusted himself off. And by this time, I was right up on him. And when he looked at me, we made eye contact, and he just shrugged his shoulders and said, "Gotta keep going. Gotta keep going." And I understood instantly what he meant, because, I mean, what is he going to do? Complain and go home? I mean, of course, this is just part of the process. You fail, okay, you fail. You got to keep going. I instantly understood that. And even as I tell the story, you instantly understand that as well. But when it comes to your dreams, when it comes to your goals and things that you're trying to accomplish, when things don't work out or you may fail, you don't think that same thought. You don't think, but just got to keep going. And listen, of course, if that man who failed, of course, if he would have injured himself or broke some bones or something, of course, he wouldn't have got it, kept going. But he didn't get hurt. And likewise, so you tried something and it failed, or it was a slow start. Listen, you didn't hurt yourself. Only thing that hurt was your ego, probably. But you didn't hurt yourself. And so you're going to have to take a lesson from this man. Listen, you got to keep going. Let's examine this story. So the first thing that happened was what he failed. That was the fall. And listen, the first thing you need to realize is that failure is part of the process. Listen, if you're going down to the pathway towards success, before you get there, somewhere along the way, you're going to have to go through the pathway of failure. Listen, you can't get to the top without falling. Chew on that for a minute. I'm going to say that again. Listen, you can't get to the top without falling. So you're just going to have to realize that, hey, falling is part of the process. And guess what? Everything that you start to do is not going to happen immediately. Sometimes there's a slow start. Sometimes you have to grow into whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. And you tried this thing for 2 months and now you're ready to quit. No, listen, just because you failed, listen, that man failed, and he understood that was just part of the process. That's probably not the first time he failed. And guess what? It's not the first time you fail, and guess what? You'll fall again. And just understand that failure is part of the process. And what did he do next? He got up, he dusted himself off, right? He wasn't wounded. He might have hurt himself a little bit or whatever, but guess what? He dusted himself off. So how do we apply that? What does that look like when it comes to your goals? Well, to dust yourself off, you're going to dust yourself off by looking at mistakes differently. You're going to have to start looking at mistakes differently. Listen, mistakes don't make you void, so don't avoid them. That's a Billy Miller quote. I'm going to say it again. Mistakes don't make you void, so don't avoid them. Because the truth of the matter is this. Mistakes are going to happen, right? Listen, sometimes you win and sometimes what does that word start with that L? Oh, yeah. Sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. See, mistakes are an opportunity for you to learn something new. See, it's okay to fall as long as you get up with a lesson. And so you're going to have to stop trying to avoid mistakes at all costs, because guess what? It's part of the process. It's going to happen. And when it happens, guess what? You're going to dust yourself off. Listen, you're going to learn from it. It's okay. All right. Someone asked me one time and said, hey, if you could do it all over again, what would you do different. I said I would make mistakes quicker, because there have been times where I procrastinated for years on things because I was trying to avoid making mistakes. But if I knew what I know now, I would make mistakes quicker. So what did he do after he dusted himself off? What happened next? He just shrugged his shoulders and said, gotta keep going. Gotta keep going. Listen, this is the consistency part. Listen, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, consistency is that thing that's going to be the key to you having a breakthrough moment. You're going to have to be consistent. Will you continue to show up even though you made a mistake? Will you continue to strive? Will you keep showing up every day? What is it that you're trying to do? Maybe you're trying to write a book. Maybe you're trying to start a business. There's something you're trying to do, but because it's a slow start, maybe you started a YouTube channel. Because it's a slow start, or maybe you messed up somewhere, or you blew it, right? And now you're ready to throw in the towel. But listen, you can't quit now. You're going to have to be consistent. You're going to have to keep showing up. Yeah, there may be times you have to pivot, but listen, you got to keep showing up. So consistency is something you most definitely need. Consistency is something that you're going to most definitely need to apply. And listen, I want to help you with consistency. Let me ask you this question. Consistency is the key to the breakthrough, right? Consistency is something that you most definitely need in order to accomplish your goal. Let me ask you this question. If there was a book that's going to help you to be more consistent, would you read it? Just answer that question to yourself. Let me ask you another question. If this book that I'm talking about that's going to help you with consistency, if this book was free, would you download it? Would you download it today? Well, listen, I've written a book that's going to help you to be consistent. It's a short and easy read, and I want to give it to you. I'm going to give you the PDF file. If you would like a copy of this book, just go to whateverdevil.com, or look in the description of this video, or I'll put the direct link right there in the comment section, where all you have to do is click the link, and you can instantly get access to the download to be more consistent. And that's what you need to do. Listen, you can't quit now. Listen, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. So get that book today. Listen, I love you. Stay up, stay blessed, and always remember that the word is your life.